Hey, thanks for coming back to the channel. What I want to talk about today is a subject. It's called the fixed blade knife. The fixed blade knife. Um, and I just purchased one. This is a story about that because it's like, why did I buy that knife, right? I'll answer that question at the end of this. But in my 10-year journey in this um, armed lifestyle decision that I made 10 years ago, which is also the time I started doing this YouTube channel, um, I got all excited like everyone does about gearing up, and that's buying stuff that matches the armed lifestyle, depending on how you entered it. I entered it the handgun. I did not enter in competition or anything like that. It was all practical application. But as you go through the gun store when you're new, you see stuff, right? And one of the things that I did not have at the time, and I was beginning my preps, my prepping. I did not have a fixed blade knife. I did have a camp axe. I had two of them. I had a small one, and then I had a little larger one. But that was the only actual blades that I have until I got this one I'm going to show you. And I'm showing you this to talk about the features of a fixed blade knife that is practical versus one that might not be so practical, right? So this is the knife. This color you'll never see anywhere. This is all Cerakote, by the way. It was my first Cerakote thing 10 years ago when I got this. So this is a Cerakote paint job. This knife is no longer made. It was made by Surefire, and everybody knows Surefire. And this was on the rack next to the batteries and the flashlights. So I got, good, I need a knife. So I got this knife. I love this knife. I don't carry it every day. This is not an EDC, at least not in my opinion, EDC knife. This is a practical working knife, a working blade, and it is a fixed blade knife. So let's talk about some of the features of this fixed blade knife. By the way, this thing on the bottom, on the back, is that's the. Oh, come on, man. Oh, here we go. I'm having some trouble here getting this thing out. Oh, fuck, man. The thing I'm talking about is the clip that goes with the knife. Well, I won't try to mess with it now. Oh, here we go. Wow. Well, I won't worry about the clip. That's it on the back. I don't know why I can't get it off right now. Actually, open it up. But I wasted way too much time screwing with that. This is the knife. So let's talk about in the sheath. The way this is designed is designed for quick acquisition. So your hand goes, I'm right-handed, so your hand goes right easily as your index finger grabs the knife. You can't go any further. The scabbard prevents your hand from going any further traveling up the blade, because otherwise you run the risk of cutting yourself. So it stops you right here, and then it provides a little jimping lever right there, along with jimping on the top of the knife, so that you can use your thumb, kind of like a katana. You use your thumb to break the knife free. Your finger's out of the way, your thumb is out of the way, and watch what happens when you pull the knife out. The thumb automatically lays on top of the jimping that's on the blade part, which is really good. This is a really good, comfortable position to have your hand in. You can really work whatever you need a blade for. You can really work this, and it's very compact, very sturdy in your hand. There's also jimping in the back. Why is that? Because you might have to get busy this way. Now it's a fighting knife. The jimping here is so that your index finger fits there and your thumb fits there, so that you have a firm fighting grip this way when you're doing the ice pick. So the grip, how it fits in your hand is really, really good. You all know the serrations. I personally don't like knives with serrations, but this is the only one they had, so I got it. That's why I got serrations. It holds a mean edge. It's a single edge fixed blade knife. It is not a really thick blade when you can see that, but it goes all the way full tang. This is a practical fixed blade knife. Jimping, it fits your grip. It can work in both this way and this way, as a fighting knife, as well as a practical, around camp. I took this around camp. Go back in the sheath, and this is a Kydex sheath. It clicks, listen. It ain't going anywhere. I'll deal with this clip later. So this is a practical fixed blade knife. Now, 3 months ago, I ordered online, I probably won't be doing that again, from Touch of Modern, a fixed blade knife, because I wanted a gentleman's version fixed blade knife. So what did I get? I got this. Now, if you look closely, that's Damascus steel. That's the Damascus steel pattern, right? Finger goes right here, but I'll show you the problem with that in a minute. And that's the hilt. This is real brass. This is a very stout, heavy knife. Very stout, heavy knife, right? Now, let's talk about the features. Well, first of all, it's a really thick blade. It's thicker than the Surefire. So the blade itself is thicker. But as you notice, there is no jimping anywhere on this knife. There's no jimping anywhere. Now, this is not a fighting knife. This is a gentleman's knife. I'll explain that. Gentleman's knife. And this is a leather sheath. I had to order the sheath separate from the knife because the sheath that came with it was a piece of crap, really. So this goes in. It doesn't click like Kydex, right? I don't have to do the strap. But watch what happens when I try to grab it. Watch what happens to my index finger. It's real close to the blade, isn't it? Real close to the blade. So you have to be careful if you're going to try to get this out really fast, because you'll probably end up cutting your finger. Remember the other knife, the Surefire? You could switch. Don't do that with this. See that part? It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt your hand if you try to hold it that way. There's no way you can hold it with your thumb like you can with the other knife. So this is not a practical fighting knife. It's pretty though, isn't it? It is pretty. I like it. The whole Damascus steel. So why did I get this knife? I'm going to pause a minute, put your answers down below. And if you are Collector 007, please put your answer down below, because I know you will. Okay, here's my answer. I got this because it's blue. Y'all know me. It's blue. I saw it. It was blue. And I wanted a gentleman's knife that was blue. Just saying. Gentleman's knife, practical knife. You decide. And as always, oh man, wherever you can, whenever you can, however you can, carry on.